Hi, my name is Dave Grant. I am a certified financial planner and the founder of Retirement Matters, which is a financial planning and investment management company in Barrington, Illinois. Today, we are talking about which accounts you should tap for income during retirement and when you should hit up each account. So along with how much money you need to retire, another big question that I get is, well, where do I get that money from that I need to live on? I've got various accounts. I've got Social Security, I've got pensions, I've got things everywhere. Which one do I take from? What order do I take from? How much? And it's a big mind game at that point, and it's very easy to get it wrong. And in terms of getting it wrong, the consequences could be penalties, excess taxes, or it's going to be running out of money too soon. So it's an important decision to get right from the onset of your retirement and to make sure you're continually monitoring it all the way through. So how do you understand which account you take money from and when? So sadly, it's not as simple as it sounds. The reason being is the tax code continually changes. The stock market continually changes. Your life will continually change as you go throughout retirement. So it's not something that you can decide, okay, in retirement, year one, I'm taking X% from this account and the rest from the other account, because that could essentially not be a great decision 4 years from now if the tax code changes, the stock market changes, and your life changes. So it's something you have to continually monitor throughout your retirement to determine which is the best account to take from and how is it going to benefit you. So I know that that doesn't actually answer the question. It gives you an idea that this is a bigger question that can be covered in 5 minutes or however long this video lasts, but I'll give you some insight into how it actually works. So you need to look at it from a couple of angles. The first angle is from a tax bracket standpoint. Now, when you start taking money from various accounts or you get Social Security and pensions, all that gets layered on top of each other and you start to climb through various tax brackets. So with a pension, it'll put you into a certain tax bracket. You layer Social Security on top of it, you got another one. Withdrawals from an IRA gets another one, and withdrawals from other accounts gets you, it just keeps building on top of each other. Now let's say you don't have a pension and all you're using is your accounts to live on. Well, there are certain tax brackets that are really small in terms of the percentage of income that gets taxed, and some of it is zero. So you want to take out from accounts where it could be taxed at a regular income rate. So for example, this is going to be a 401k or tax deferred IRA, and pull enough out so you're still in the 0% tax bracket. So it means you don't pay any tax on it. Then you can start to layer on into the next tax bracket and say, okay, so we're at zero here. Let's say we get to the 12% bracket. Where do we need to take money from there? Well, a 12% tax bracket is a smaller tax bracket than a long-term capital gain, which is taxed at 15%. So at that point, you want to still be taking money out of an IRA, because if you start taking it from and start recognizing capital gains, you're paying more in taxes over here than you would over here. That's an example. That may not be accurate in your situation or the current tax code that we're in, because it constantly changes. But you can start to understand, well, if I start taking all of my money out of a Roth IRA first, well, that's not taxable. So should you have been taking it out this year, or should you have been waiting? Or if you start saying, okay, I'm going to recognize all this long-term capital gains and fill up those tax brackets and then layer, it starts to break down. You have to have a real strategy in place for this year and understand, okay, here's what my expenses are. Here's what my needs are. I've got some Social Security, and here's what my tax situation is left. So let's sum it up. Which accounts do you need to tap? Well, you need to understand exactly what money you have in which account and what your tax brackets are and what income you need. Once you have those three things in place, then you can start to piece together the picture of, well, if I take from this account, that's going to give me X amount in income to use, and I pay X amount in taxes, and you can start to piece this together. This is not easy. This is one of the big parts of my job in terms of working with retired people, is figuring out this whole scenario. And we do it on an annual basis. We tweak it year on year. So my name's Dave Grant. If you have any questions, you can find me at retirementmattersillinois.com. Happy to answer any questions that you have and figure out your situation for you. Take care.